Okay, hurricane season begins on June 1st. Good evening, everybody. David Paul here in the KHOU Weather Center. June the 1st in the Pacific, in the Atlantic Basin. That's when our hurricane season begins. Hurricane season already going in the Pacific. They've got a system they're kind of watching. I'll show you that in a second. But I wanted to start with this because today NOAA put out their outlook for the 2025 hurricane season, and they are suggesting that we might have another above normal hurricane season as far as storm count. And there are a couple of reasons that they're basing this above normal forecast season on. The factor number one, sea surface temperatures in the Atlantic, the Gulf, the Caribbean, the open Atlantic Ocean are running above normal. They're running a little bit above normal, but they are above normal. Last year, they started way above normal. In many places, it was the warmest start we've ever seen. This year, slightly above normal sea surface temps. That can lead to an elevated storm count. It doesn't guarantee it, but it can. So that's one of the reasons why they think we'll have an above average storm count in the Atlantic. Now, there's something going on in the Pacific that will influence our storm count, or can, in the Atlantic, and that is this. So right now in the Atlantic Basin, we have near normal sea surface temperatures now, but they're expected to cool the waters of the Pacific, in particular the waters of the equatorial Pacific, right in here. Ecuador, Galapagos, and then there's the equatorial Pacific, and that is expected to cool. So a La Nina is forming. That's a La Nina, cooler than normal waters in the equatorial Pacific, and that has impacts on what happens in the Atlantic. When we get a La Nina, or cooler water temperatures out here than normal, quite often, not every time, but quite often, we'll get lighter upper level winds over the Atlantic. When winds are lighter over the Atlantic, that means we have less wind shear. That can lead to a higher storm count, as storms are less likely to be ripped apart by the wind shear. So above normal sea surface temperatures and possibly a La Nina with possibly less upper level wind shear could lead to what the Hurricane Center and the folks at NOAA believe is an active hurricane season. Now, again, La Nina, this is what is forecast. It's possible we could be going into La Nina as we head into the summer months. Right now, we are ENSO neutral. That is El Nino Southern Oscillation. We're neutral right now. But we think we're going to go into a La Nina. That's the forecast. So it's possible, again, that could lead to weaker wind shear across the Atlantic Basin, and that can, at least statistically over time, we've seen that can increase the storm count. So based on those two factors, the lighter upper level winds, the La Nina, and the above normal sea surface temps, we're forecasting NOAA 13 to 19 named storms. Last year we had 18. Normally 14, that's the 30-year average. They're expecting 6 to 10 hurricanes, average is 7. They're expecting 3 to 5 major hurricanes. Last year we had 5 major hurricanes. Normal is 3. So, just glancing at this and looking at last season, similar numbers, very similar numbers, but we have no idea where those storms are going to form or where they're going to go. Last year it was very active in the Gulf of Mexico. Perhaps it'll be more active up the East Coast this year. That's the thing we don't know. So yes, we may have an above normal season, but after that, it doesn't help us much. What does help us a lot is this: getting prepared just in case one of them does come our way. And you want to do your preparations when there's nothing out there. Go over to the grocery store and get a few extra jugs of water. Put them in a closet so you have water in case the power's out and it's hot after a hurricane and your power is knocked out and perhaps the fresh water's knocked out. Get your canned goods. Get a can opener. I've got a camp stove, a Coleman stove, a gas stove, and I'll do pasta on that. I've done this. I've been through several hurricanes here where the power's been out for a week or two. So, make pasta on the Coleman stove. I get some jars of pasta sauce. I put it all in a big plastic bin. That, and, it doesn't have to be pretty. Some power bars, and just have something so you don't have to get out in the chaos during or after the storm because you have nothing. So get supplies while it's quiet, while no one's out there rushing around. Know your evacuation plan and your route if you're on the coast and you would be asked to evacuate if a big storm heads our way. Where are you going to go? Do you have some friends you can stay with? What's the route? All of these questions can be answered, a really great starting place at KHOU.com. And then the other key thing is watch the weather every day, at least once a day. You've got to keep up with the weather. It's just kind of the price of living on the Gulf Coast, because storms can just pop up in the Gulf. And then we don't have much time to watch or prepare at all, or to get ready. Another great resource, KHOU 11 Plus. So you're watching this on Plus right now. We do this twice a day, and we do it more if we're getting threatened by a big storm. So you get an extended look at the weather every single day right here on KHOU 11 Plus. We do it all summer long, and we'll keep you informed. Okay, hurricane season. Well, it peaks September the 10th. So quite often, you know, it's like hurricane season's going to start, and it starts and we get nothing. Here we are into June 1st, and statistically not much goes on in June. It's really getting into the second half of August into September that the storm count statistically really goes up, and then it stays very active through October. We get kind of a second peak in October, and then it falls off as we head into the end of November. As far as what's happening out there right now, there's nothing going on, but the Hurricane Center is monitoring the Atlantic Basin, the Caribbean, the Gulf. About every other year, maybe a little bit more than every other year, or every 2 to 3 years, we get a system, a named storm in the month of May. But there's nothing out here right now. We don't expect anything to form over the next 7 days. Again, our hurricane season doesn't officially begin until June 1st. But on the Pacific side, hurricane season is already up and running. And there's an area of disturbed weather here. Again, there's Mexico, there's the Gulf, there's the Pacific. An area here has a 50-50 chance for developing. If it develops, there's the satellite imagery. If this area is able to develop, it will be named Alvin. Alvin is the first name on the Eastern Pacific hurricane list. You can see how quiet it is in the Gulf, the Caribbean, the open Atlantic. It's got nothing going on. But the East Pac season starts before ours does. When we do get a named storm, the first name on our list is Andrea. Andrea, Barry, Chantal, Dexter. So let's see, if we get 18 named storms like we had last season, we would go through all of them all the way to Sebastian. That would make it 18 names on the list. What we do here at Channel 11, one day at a time. I know we've got that forecast, interesting. We just put it aside and we take it one day at a time. First thing we look at when we get up in the morning, last thing we look at before we go to bed at night, if we do, because our shifts kind of overlap. So we're kind of always watching it. Hot and humid here through Sunday. A few afternoon scattered showers or thunder showers possible Saturday, Sunday, and then more widespread rain returning for Memorial Day Monday as a front comes in. That's going to be the beginning of a wet weather pattern for next week. Are you sneezing? Grass pollen is high, weed is moderate, mold spore count is high, tree is low. And we do have an ozone action day in effect right now, although second day in a row where we've had the ozone possibilities, but it hasn't happened. Checking the air quality right now, it's all in the good to moderate range, and it should stay there for the rest of the evening. Tomorrow, again, we're going to forecast the possibility of ozone that could impact sensitive groups, but I got to tell you, we're going to have a breeze, we're going to have a mix of clouds and sun. Those two factors tend to lower the ozone threat. So it's not a big threat, but it's there. We'll keep an eye on it. Current temps outside right now as we wind down a Thursday going into this holiday weekend, Friday Eve here right now. Beautiful in Galveston. Hobbies at 90, Sugar Land's at 90, Conroe's 90, Huntsville 90. Really has been a nice day. Southeast breeze. The humidity did come back. Low 70 dew points, upper 60 dew points is moderately humid. The higher the dew point goes, the stickier it feels out there. So dew points in the low 70s, definitely summer-like humidity, but not over the top. We can get dew points at 80. That's awful when that happens. And heat indexes are not too terrible. Right now, Bush feels like 98, Sugar Land feels like 95, Pearland feels like 95. Radar, thunder showers scattered about west of Austin. In the Hill Country, we've got a thunderstorm watch, the yellow area west of Dallas. Our area has stayed quiet. Nothing's been able to break the cap. Future track's interesting. It keeps it quiet here through 9 o'clock. It tries to bring in some storms from North Texas, but they just fizzle as they come in here. So I think overnight it's going to be quiet. That's 7 a.m. Friday morning. We're looking pretty good. And rain chances tomorrow look very slim. All the way through 4 o'clock, models are just not putting out much of anything tomorrow. So just a hot, humid day on Friday. Saturday, 20% rain chance. Sunday, 30% chance for a scattered thunder shower near Houston. You can see more widespread showers toward Dallas as that storm system begins to push that front in here. That front arrives on Monday, and that will give us a better chance for showers and thunder showers. Here's a closer look at this. There's the front Monday morning. We may have some showers out ahead of it. Going to Monday, 3 o'clock, the front getting close. So it may be until the afternoon and evening on Monday that we get our best chance for rain and thunder around here on Memorial Day, the evening time. And then by Tuesday morning, front sitting on us, and that means Tuesday may start rainy, may stay rainy and thundery through the day on Tuesday. So Memorial Day really begins a much more wet weather pattern with that front coming in and then lots of moisture and upper level energy pushing across Texas. This is overall going to give Texas above normal rain chances. This from NOAA. For the next several days. This specifically for the time period May 28th through June 1st. So even going into the 1st of June, we expect to see rain chances, rain totals above normal in Texas. And with the increased cloud cover and the upper level low that'll be near us to cause the rain, that will keep temps a little bit cooler than normal. So we're going to go from a heat wave to a little rainier and less hot than normal as we head toward the end of the month in the first part of June. Here are the numbers for tomorrow, Friday. I think just hot and humid. High goes to 95. The extended forecast, 20% rain chance Saturday, 30% chance on Sunday. Then we'll bump it to a 60% chance on Monday, Memorial Day, 60% chance still on Tuesday, and still a 40 and 30% rain chance Wednesday and Thursday as we trade the heat for a chance for a scattered thunder shower, more cloud cover, and less hot conditions going into next week. That is where we stand on this Thursday evening before Friday, before a holiday weekend. Have a great evening, everybody.